The title of this video says mandatory paternity test. The state of Tennessee passed a law that requires a mandatory DNA test before the man can claim the child as his. Basically, Tennessee says that women lie. And from television court shows, many women lie about who is the father of their child. So Tennessee decided not to rely on the women to tell them who is the father of the child. However, this law is not nationwide, and I will explain why. Plus, this law has made some women upset. And their justifications on why there should not be mandatory paternity testing is ridiculous. You know the story. Women go and have their fun with a man who is unreliable and irresponsible. Then they want a man who is responsible to take care of the baby. Back in 1989, my male friend named Alex dropped out of college to take care of a woman who he believed was pregnant with his child. He discovered a year later that the child was not his. It is a long story regarding how he found out, but many men never find out. I will show some video clips, but first I want to explain how the United States system works. I think men will find this part helpful. The way the laws work in the United States, the federal laws override any state laws. However, what laws the federal government does not have, the states have the right to have. So family law, which includes divorce, marriage and child support, belongs to the states. That is until the federal government makes laws on these subjects. And every state has different laws regarding divorce, marriage and child support. For example, in some states, a man only pays 10% of his income, per child, in child support. So for one child, that is 10%. And for the second child, that is another 10%. For a total of 20%. Whereas in another state, it does not matter how many children the man has. It can be one child or 5 kids. He will still have to pay 50% of his income. Thus, 50% of his income goes to child support if he has one child or 100 children. And child support is a big money maker for the states. For every dollar a man pays in child support, the federal government gives the state 60%. So, if a man pays $10 in child support, the state receives $6 from the federal government. However, if the court grants joint custody, then the state receives 0 from the federal government. And this is why the courts no longer grant joint custody unless one parent requests it. So men, always as for joint custody. You will still have to pay child support, but the amount you pay might be less. This is because the child is with you during the summer, which means you pay no child support during this time, but she has to pay you child support because you have the child. Plus, joint custody provides a lot more legal protections. And get a lawyer. I know that many of you men cannot afford a lawyer. And it might take you 10 years to pay off the lawyer, but a lawyer will save you a lot of headaches and drama in the future. This comes from experience. I have taken the federal government and the state government to court. You cannot walk into court, tell the truth and think you will win. The United States court system does not work this way. There are legal procedures that will make you lose if you do not know all of them. Such as rules of evidence. You must have a hearing on the evidence that the court will be allowed to consider. Plus, it is not just about what you say, but how it is said that is very important. A lawyer will know how to ask questions and how to present evidence. Plus, a lawyer will do it in such a way that if your baby mama gives you problems in the future, the court will be on your side and not hers. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, if a man got a girl pregnant, he just took off or moved to another state. Like my male friend named Arthur. Right before we graduated from high school, he got a girl pregnant. So, to avoid paying child support, he moved from Illinois to Michigan. And a lot of men did this. And this might be why Michigan is one of the states that has horrible child support laws. I keep saying that what you men are dealing with today is not new. For example, remember the old black and white movie from 1942 called Casablanca? There is a gay sex scene in that movie. If I remember correctly. They are being followed and they told one of the men, Peter Lorre, to take care of it. Meaning to kill the man who was following them. Peter takes the man who is following them into the alley. And only Peter comes out of the alley. However, a few months later, the man who was following them is back. And Madeleine LeBeau, who played a hoe, described what Peter did to the man when he took the man into the alley. Today, what people do is all in your face. Back then, it was implied, but you knew what they were talking about. In the 1953 movie called From Here to Eternity, there is a famous sex scene on the beach. What people are doing today, people have always done. I keep saying, Grandma was a hoe. And from what my uncles told me, who were in the 1950 Korean War, There were a lot of single mothers. They hid it by saying that she was your older sister or aunt. Sorry. I had to add this part because I get sick of hearing how good and virtuous people were back in the day. The United States has never been virtuous. Back during the Revolutionary War of 1776, the United States was the whore capital of the world. It was so cheap and abundant that it is said that one of the reasons why the British lost was because they were having a really good time. Back in the late 1990s, the government got sick of men taking off to other states to avoid paying child support. So they created a national computer system that could find you based on where you work. Everyone has to pay taxes or fill out forms when they get a job or start a business. And on all of these documents, you have to put down where you live and your social security number. So all a woman needs is your first name and where you once lived. Then the government will start taking money out of your paycheck. This is why if you owe child support, you cannot get a passport. If you move overseas, then the government cannot get the money out of you. Before this national computerized child support system, my friend named Tyrone would tell women that his name was Frank Green. And yes, his real name was Tyrone. And he never did the act at his house. So, if you want to avoid paying child support, then never tell women your real first name. And never bring them back to your house. And one more thing. Child support is based on where she got pregnant and not where she currently stays. So if she moves to a state where child support is 50% of a man's income, then tell the court that she got pregnant in another state, and therefore, this court has no jurisdiction or authority. It is like, if you did a crime in Alaska but got arrested in Illinois. Illinois has to send you back to Alaska. The place where the act took place has jurisdiction or authority. Here are the video clips.
Oh, yo, come here. Yo, come here. So. No.
This bloke is trying to make a quick getaway after his lover's husband came home from work early.
It's just been shagging, hasn't it?
Where is it?
No. You alright there, pal?
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
It's Spider-Man, girl. Oh, dude. Bob Mercer, she's had more on weekends, like.
I'm crazy. You turn me around like this,
He's raging. He's gonna get chained.
Stupid, alright?
Look at this on TV. I'm gonna get rid of my TV license.
What are you even doing it now? Like, just like this? You said
He don't
you
sound
were
right, does he?
yeah?
I literally told you just got out of the shower. I just got out of the shower. I literally
Yes,
there is no way here. You are mental.
Where is it?
You are mental.
I'm mental.
Yes! I've got out of the shower. That is it. There's nobody here.
I've seen him in this house.
What do you call this then, eh?
Oh my God!
It's yours as well.
It's filming, isn't he?
You are crazy. I can't believe you're accusing this right now. Oh my God.
This is the best thing I've ever seen. It's a good job we cancelled that barbecue, isn't it?
Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? No there, alright, I know it!
You are deranged.
How's he going to hold on?
The last time I fight you, I am gonna tear his balls off, or I'm gonna tear you up!
Don't fancy your chances, mate. He's angry. Oh, he's gone.
You know what?
Oh my God.
I saw the way you looked at him last time around.
Oh my God, you're so stupid! Seriously?
Oh, it's there. You should go around to referee. Yeah, mate. No chance. You might think it's you. Oh shit, the bed's coming out there. Oh my God.
What did you just throw out there?
Is he run off it or is he coming back? Oh my
I
God.
can't believe that you're even willing to do this in front of me. I can't believe you're even got the balls to deny this.
I can't believe you're accusing me of this!
I love how she's still denying it. It's class.
What?
Hello. Alright, pal.
There's nobody there!
Where is he?
There, he's there.
You. Yeah! Right!
Following this, mate. Following this. Go on, run, pal! Get out of here, son! Go on, lad! Go on, lad! Go on, get him! Go on!
Oh my God!
This is gold. He's off. Go on, Forrest.
This is kind of basic. How in the hell can you be paying for a child? It ain't yours.
Yeah, we think it's basic. So let me throw this out there first. 1/3 of the signatures on birth certificates today are not the biological father. Think about that. That's a huge number. 33%. 33% of the people that have signed a voluntary acknowledgement of paternity are not the actual father. Now, here's the rub. That means that there are 33% of real biological fathers whose children have been stolen from them through this voluntary acknowledgement of paternity program. I lean on the side that I think most fathers want to be in their children's lives. So that 33% has been robbed legally, state-sponsored, of the opportunity to be a parent to their children. Think about that.
So, but where does but what happens though if you are someone and you've been told it's yours and here you are forced to pay child support, then you find out it's not yours?
Yeah, and that's exactly how I got on this situation. I had a young man stop me in the barbershop and he said, I thought I had a child with a lady that I was in a long-term relationship with. We went to juvenile court. When her mother told me that she'd been with her ex-boyfriend the whole time, I got a DNA test, went to juvenile court. The juvenile court magistrate banged the gavel down, said somebody's got to feed him and it's going to be you. And he was stuck with that child support.
He is not the biological father. And the judge still said you got to pay?
The judge still said you got to pay. And the way this thing works is this. When you voluntarily sign, you got 60 days to take your name back off of there.
I never even slept with her. I got a lawsuit when I was young, and she basically just said, that's the money I'm going to get, and she got it.
Reginald Whitlow, Anthony Sims, and Carnell Alexander have similar stories. They say women named them out of nowhere.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men. So I'm just gonna tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040. So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
I personally pay taxes and I care about where my money goes. I'm not here to pay for so-and-so because there's a confusion about who's the father. That's not my business. And for me, I want to fund schools. I want to fund the MTA because the trains are never on time. We got bigger problems. We have bigger problems. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for no mandatory test.
I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time, whether you know or not. He might bring another child and say, oh, I had this out of our wedlock, what are we gonna do? Or he's taking your money and paying child support to another family. You had no idea.